Some things in life are not just objects. They're memories, experiences, parts of a journey. And in today's episode, we bid farewell to one such chapter. It is 3:38 p.m. Let's get down to business. What's going on, everybody? I'm Jory Goodman, the Time Teller, and today's a little bit of a bittersweet episode. I'm saying goodbye. Not to you, but to another thing that I really care about, my baby Tuna. Now, here's the crazy thing, okay? This SRP641 has pretty much been with me since the start of the channel. I want to say thank you so much, guys. We are almost at 2,000 subscribers. It was one of my favorite dive watches for a long time, but certain things have changed, and instead of just quietly getting rid of the watch, I figured I'd kind of answer a question with this episode, because I get a lot of questions from collectors young and old, experienced and novice, asking me, what do you do when you have a watch and you like it, but then you fall out of love with it? Or have you ever had a watch that you really loved that you don't love anymore? Or is there a watch that you thought you really liked, but you ended up not liking it? I'm going to try to answer all of that today in real time, as I kind of go over the conundrum that is the SRP641 baby tuna in my collection. Now, the Seiko SRP641 baby tuna is not just a watch. Its bold design, unmistakable charm, its kind of edgy, sleek, stealth coolness, it's kind of transcended just a simple diver, and it's now kind of an icon, or should I say a spin-off of an icon. And we're going to talk about what this watch was spun off from in a moment, and it's kind of the reason I'm getting rid of this. Now, I've had some incredible moments with this watch, okay? Be it travels, celebrations, just going to different, beaches, swimming. It doesn't matter. I've had so many awesome times with this piece, and it is a very, very wearable watch regardless of where you are. I mean, this wouldn't really be my go-to dress watch, but I've gone on hikes with it, so I guess it's kind of been used as a field watch. I've definitely gone swimming in pools, hot tubs, oceans. It's definitely an adequate diver. I mean, I wasn't even diving, so it's good enough for desk diving, that's for sure. I've done a whole lot of work in the office. I've written and filmed a ton of episodes with this watch on my wrist. But here's the little twist in the story. I haven't worn it in a very long time, and every time I think about putting this baby tuna on my wrist, another watch kind of chirps at me and says, "No, you probably want to wear me instead," and then I end up wearing the other one instead. And that sometimes happens, guys. Sometimes you have a watch that you used to really love, and then as time goes by, another gem in your collection just kind of just lures you closer and closer. And for me, it's the SBBN 031 Tuna. So, I have the Tuna, I have the baby Tuna. Every time I think about wearing the baby Tuna now, I choose the Tuna. So I gotta be clear with you, no one's forcing me to choose between the big tuna or the baby tuna. It's just a preference of mine. I guess when I want to wear a dive watch with a big metal shroud, I'm choosing the big tuna every time. I don't know why. But I've done my best to try to figure it out. I mean, we can talk about it here. You're my therapist, all right? I'm gonna just lean back. I'll do what I normally do when I go to therapy. My parents wanted me to be a doctor! I think part of it is that the SBBN 031 has that 7C46 movement, so although it has no soul, it's always running, so I can kind of just grab it and go, whereas this one, it isn't on a watch winder, so it's been in one of my watch boxes, and I sometimes just don't have time to pick it up and set it, so I choose the tuna over the baby tuna. I think part of it is, I wear G-Shocks a lot, right? And a lot of my G-Shocks are black resin. So when I want to wear a big boy metal watch, sometimes I don't want that watch to be black. I want it to kind of showcase the coolness of the steel. That sounded racist. That sounded Yeah, someone's going to take that out of context. Sometimes I just want to wear a stainless steel watch. And when I have this on the wrist, although it is metal, it's coated, and it doesn't give me like the sleek coolness that, you know, a shiny steel watch would without a coated finish. So I think that's another reason. It's like, if I want to wear a black watch, I wear a G-Shock. And I wear a G-Shock a whole lot. So sometimes when I want to wear something else, I want it to look like something other than a G-Shock. Does that make sense? I mean, whatever the subconscious reason is for me not wearing this baby Tuna anymore, this just kind of showcases how interesting it is, how our preferences change and alter our choices. And you know, you're never too old to learn a new trick, I guess, in the watch world. You know, I've been a collector for quite some time, and I'm not as set in my ways as I thought. I never thought I'd get rid of this watch. I thought it'd be in my collection forever. I guess one thing holds true. I still think the big Tuna SBBN 031 is probably the best dive watch ever made, so that hasn't changed. But yeah, this goes to show that no matter where you are in your watch collecting journey, no matter how experienced you think you are, your preferences will change. And if it can happen to me as the time teller here on YouTube, it can definitely happen to you peasants, you know, you fucking losers. You just hoi polloi, just disgusting, gross, just yuckies. You guys are just yucky. I'm joking, or am I? But I do also want to acknowledge something. Just because you may choose one watch over another, it doesn't mean that the watch that you're kind of taking a break from loses its value, right? You don't have to sell every watch you're not interested in at a certain time, because again, interests are cyclical and your interests will change. The truth is, with this one, I have so many freaking watches, and this one has just been spending more time in its box than on my wrist, and why not make room for another piece to come in? Also, I know how sought after this watch is because every time I take a picture of it, people ask if I'm willing to sell it. So now, without further ado, I am willing to sell it, and I'm actually selling it through the Time Teller Shop, today's sponsor. That's right, guys, I run the Time Teller Shop, www.thetimetellershop.com, the #1 place to find affordable vintage luxury watches, and once in a while, we do have some pretty cool modern ones too. Hey, you see something there that you like, but it might be sold out? Go ahead, go to the bottom of the website and click the watch sourcing services, and we can source you any watch. We will do our best. Everything comes across my desk, handpicked by me. I inspect it, take it to my watchmaker. They inspect it, service it, make sure it's good to go. And everything you purchase from me, unless stated otherwise, gets a 1-year service warranty. So, if you see something you like but it's sold out, we can find you another one. And if you don't see something and you were looking for something specific, still click the watch sourcing service and we will find it for you. We've found, Batman GMT Master 2s. We've even looked for Vacherons for people. We've found an AP for someone, all the way down to kind of random obscure Timexes. So anything you want from Timex to Rolex, we will get it for you, handpicked by me and T3 certified. So I guess to finish this up, I wanted to end it on a kind of cheesy note, but sometimes, you know, giving something up or letting go of something, I should say, doesn't necessarily have to do with falling out of love with it at all. Sometimes it has to do with appreciating it and realizing that it would do better to be cherished by someone else who will truly wear it and enjoy it, because I've spent my time with this watch and I have enjoyed it and I've taken it to a whole lot of places. It's just not fair to the watch. I mean, I know it's an inanimate object, but I'm a watch collector. I love these things. They're not just paperweights to me. They're not just hunks of material on my wrist. I think they transcend that, and I think to just leave it in a drawer or in a box, or it's just not really cool. So I'd rather, instead of have it collecting dust, pass it on to someone else who will enjoy it and make their own memories with it. And who knows, maybe eventually they'll pass it on to someone else. So yeah, it's not just about, falling out of love or losing appreciation. Sometimes it's about understanding you do love it, but you just got to pass it on. Every watch does tell a story. My SRP 641 Baby Tuna has told mine for a very long time, and now I'm very excited that whoever chooses to buy it, it'll tell their story for some time, and again, maybe it'll tell someone else's and someone else's, who knows. So saying goodbye isn't easy. I know this from a few failed relationships. Nothing's wrong with me. I don't get it. Nothing's wrong with me. But I take solace knowing that this watch's next owner will hopefully cherish it as much as I did. So while time may wait for no one, memories, stories, and love, those are timeless. So goodbye, SRP 641 Baby Tuna. You've been a great watch. It's time to go hang out on someone else's wrist. Alright, if you want a link to this watch's listing, it will be at the Time Teller shop, and I'll leave a link to it in the description below. If you have any questions, you can leave it in the comment section. I'll do my best to answer there. And yeah, guys, let me know in the comment section, what watch have you loved but let go? Do you have any regrets? Do you have seller's remorse? I always tell you guys, buyer's remorse is one thing, but seller's remorse is way worse. So what watch have you let go, and are you okay with that decision, or how do you feel? All right, guys, I will catch you in the next one. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay blessed. I'm Jory Goodman, the Time Teller. Always remember, I didn't invent time. I just tell it.